What's up, everybody? It's Brian with Brian's Knives. Been a few days since I had a chance to do a full length video, but today's the day. So, I want to catch you up on a couple of items around here. One of those is my dad's 410 shotgun stock that I did some refinishing work on. There's some videos out there. I'll try to link them in the description here. But I took this 410 of his, and the stock was pretty beat up on it, and I just really wanted to kind of give it a new life. And so while I was recovering from my eye surgery, I worked on this little project, and so it's finished. Unless I decide to do a couple of extra things to it, but I want to let you take a look. Let me grab it here. It's behind me in the corner. So we'll hold it out here and see if you can see it. I think it actually turned out really pretty good. I was pretty pleased with it. And we just used the old Birchwood Casey True Oil as the finish, and I put on several coats of that. Basically, you apply a coat, you let it dry completely, and then you apply the next coat. And of course, you steel wool in between those. And after several coats, this is what it looks like. So yeah, I was pretty pleased with it. I thought it turned out well. It certainly looks a lot better than it did. I decided to keep the finish light on it since it was light to begin with. And so that's what we got here. It's not difficult to do, really. And so if you're interested in maybe redoing an old stock sometime, uh, Birchwood Casey has pretty much everything you need to do that. But primarily, it's just a matter of getting the imperfections sanded out of the stock. It's like anything, prep work is what is most important in this because, if you've got scratches and divots in the wood, that's only going to look worse as you apply finish to it. So you want to get it sanded out like you want it. And once you have the wood prepped, then you can start to apply the True Oil. But really not too tough to do. I was going to use their stock sheen and conditioner, I believe it's called, because I wanted a little less shine to the finish. I didn't want it to be too glossy. But I read some things that kind of made me afraid to do it. So I haven't done that yet. I did take some steel wool to that final coat, and that has taken some of that gloss out. So I may just leave it as it is at this point. But anyway, I didn't want to ruin the work I had done. And so I decided to not do that for now, at least. And I just steel wooled it good, and I think it looks pretty great. So let me know what you think in the comments about that. But it's not hard. It just takes some time to do it because you got to let dry between every coat. And for a guy that couldn't see too well while he was doing it, I think it turned out a-okay. So I was glad of that. And it just happens that this refinishing guide is still here that came with the Birchwood Casey products, and it pretty much takes you step by step with using True Oil and the wood prep that you do. So just be careful. It's not hard to do, so I wouldn't be afraid to try it if that's of interest to you. I did also want to talk about a knife that a friend sent for me to review and give some thoughts on. And here's the box that it came in. It is a Sencut is the brand. And this particular knife is the Slybolt, and it has a blue canvas micarta handle, satin finished. and it is the oh man, making me read small print still is pretty tough. Um, yeah, it's one of the less expensive steels. It's the 8C whatever it is, blade steel. So I know you're familiar with it. It shows up in a lot of more budget, more affordable type steels and knives, and so that's what the Slybolt has here. And I'll show you the sticker. Maybe you can read the steel out. The steel. So there you go. Now let's take a look at the knife here. So you may have seen this in a short recently, but it's got your traditional, well, not traditional, but this Axis style lock on it, which when you open up, snaps into place. Knife seems really solid, really well made. Fit and finish is great on it. Um, Deep conceal style of pocket clip. Pocket clip's nice. Dogs are playing. What else? Got the thumb stud to assist with the opening, and you can flick that out without too much trouble. And then if you look right here, you can see Sencut and their logo there. And what else? Let's take a few measurements here just to get an idea. If we measure the blade, sorry guys, I'm on the struggle bus. I live on the struggle bus, I think. Well, it's probably around 3 3/4, maybe a little less than that. It's a little bit hard because of this shape of the blade here. And then, overall length is probably going to be something like, well, just a tad over 8 inches. So not a small knife by any means, as you can tell. It's got some jimping here on the top of the blade. Pretty thick blade stock till you get to the tip here, and wonder if it's as thin as a buck 110. Let's see here. Well, see how these two compare. Yeah, I think it is maybe a little bit thinner than 110 there toward the tip. So that might be something to be aware of at least. And then the other thing, look at this blade shape. I mean, that is a lot of belly, uh, which can be good depending on what you're doing with it. Can be kind of bad if you're going to use the knife and you need a little bit more of a point. It might not be the best choice. But, you know, for doing some food prep, probably worked great. That Here's my little buck fixed blade, and even with it being basically a skinning type blade on it, let me see. I haven't need a camera operator. Um, yeah, even the skinning knife is a little bit different in the blade shape there. So, like I said, it could be a positive, it could be a negative, depending on what you're planning to do with the knife. But just one thing that I noticed when I was trying to use it, and if you don't like a larger type EDC knife, you probably won't like it either because it's not huge, but I mean that's a big honking blade, no matter how you look at it. And so it's not a small knife. I think the blue micarta is really pretty on it as well. And I should have looked this up. I forget. I want to say this knife is somewhere around $80. I could be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure it's sub $100, uh, but I don't think by much. So that would be another thing to take into consideration here, whether or not you think the value might be there. Obviously, it is a salty knife made in China, as I think all their knives are, and so something else to think about. But really appreciate the opportunity to take a look at the knife and use it around here for a few days. Got a nice lanyard there, or lanyard hole, if you like a lanyard on things. But like I said, I think it's a very solid knife. If I had my choices, I probably would do something different with the blade shape overall. But I would, on a knife like this, I would really rather have probably like a clip point style blade, but that's my preference. You may not agree with that, which is fine. But yeah, just wanted to show that to you. Kind of been checking that out for a week or more, and it's a pretty solid knife. So it might be something to look into if you're interested. What else? I don't think I got too much else to say. Heather and I went down to Rockcastle County over the weekend. Her family does a yearly get together where they make sorghum, and it's quite an affair. Heather actually took off work Friday and went down and helped with the prep work, cutting cane, kind of getting things ready for Saturday. Saturday was really a day of cooking the sorghum and getting it finished up that way, getting it all jarred. Although there was a fair amount of stripping that went on, and then they run it through, like I call it, a mill. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but it's a old machine that mashes all the juice out of the cane, and then they take that and run that into these big vats where it's heated up with a wood fire until it's 222 degrees. That's the magic temperature there. They skim all the yuck off the top, and after it cooks long enough, it gets dumped out and jarred up. And so we got to help with that process. I wasn't down there quite as long as Heather. I didn't get to go Friday because I was working. And then Saturday, I had some things I took care of early in the day, and got down there about a little before lunch, and got a couple of help strip a couple loads of cane, and got to see that whole process and the cooking process as well. So we ended up with some sorghum, so that was cool. But there were probably about 50 people there, I'd say, for lunch. Everybody brought potluck style dishes. Of course, there was always fried chicken. A couple, three kinds of fried chicken were there. I mean, you name it. It was potato salad, and baked beans, and I saw corn pudding, dressed eggs, just good old country cooking. There was more food than they literally had tables for, and it was really hard to put it all out because people just kept bringing food. So it was awesome. Had some great desserts as well, all kinds of cakes, and had some peach cobbler that my mother-in-law made. It was really good. And so you can't go wrong, right? Outside, kind of in the middle of nowhere, uh, kind of continuing this old tradition of sorghum making here in Kentucky. And it was a good time. And if I remember, I'll put some pictures here at the end of the video too. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it from here. Hope you're doing well. The eye's healing up. Still really blurry, but that's not going to change until I can get some new eyeglasses. I go back Tuesday for my next follow-up. They're going to check and see how much my cataract has advanced, because that's basically going to happen when you have the surgery. And so Most people at some point, sooner than later, end up having to have cataract surgery too. That's just kind of part of the deal. So I guess we'll find out whether that's going to be sooner or later at our follow-up appointment. But anyway, you guys take care, stay safe, and thanks so much for tuning in. And we'll see you in the next video.